we will discuss about inverting amplifier. Now, inverting amplifier is a closed loop amplifier in which input is applied at the inverting terminal, and the output of the inverting amplifier is out of phase by 180 degree. Means the output will be with a phase of 180 degree with respect to the input signal. Now let us draw the circuit diagram of closed loop inverting amplifier. I am drawing the circuit diagram. This is inverting, this is non-inverting terminal, this is backward P1, and here this is resistance is R1, plus minus this is capacitor. Again, suppose I1 is the current, then this resistance R1. This is V2 at this point. This is V2 potential, and here we have used feedback. The resistance R2, and this is PO out. Here this is plus VCC minus VEE. 741 operation amplifier, closed loop operation amplifier, because we are given to the feedback. R2 resistance is being used here. This is the circuit diagram of closed loop inverting operational amplifier. Now suppose inverting amplifier is in ideal condition, means this inverting amplifier is ideal, then in ideal condition it will produce some finite output, and the finite output means there will be open loop gain will be nearly infinite. Open loop gain will be nearly infinite, and the gain of this inverting amplifier can be written as equal to output upon input, PO upon PID. This is the gain of this amplifier. Now we know that VID is V1 minus V2. In previous lecture, we have learned that VID equal to V1 minus V2. This is the PID. Algebraic difference, or we can write V1 minus V2 equal to PO upon A equal to, since we are considering the ideal condition, ideal situation of this operation inverting operation amplifier, then we can write A as infinite because gain is almost infinite, or V1 minus V2 equal to 0, or V1 equal to V2. This is number 1. V1 equal to V2 means the potential difference between two terminals is 0, or we can say there is a virtual source circuit between these two terminals of the inverting amplifier. Now, a virtual source circuit means that whatever is the voltage at the non-inverting terminal, it will automatically appear at the inverting terminal because of the infinite voltage gain. Since V1 equal to, this is 0 because this is kept at earth. This is made at earth. V1 equal to 0. Therefore, from equation 1, you can write V2 equal to 0. V2 equal to 0 means a virtual ground. Virtual. You see, this terminal is minus terminal means inverting terminal is at virtual ground. Virtual ground means the terminal is not connected to the earth. Actually, even then, however, the voltage at the terminal is 0. So that's why this is the virtual ground. Now, using Ohm's law, equal to IR, I1 equal to VI minus V2 upon R1. We are using Ohm's law. This I1 equal to the difference VI minus V2 upon R1. I1, but V2 equal to 0. Yeah, V2 equal to 0. Putting the value of V2 in this equation, we have I1 equal to VI minus 0 upon R1 equal to VI upon R1. This is equation number. Now, that the current inside operation amplifier is I3. I3 is the current inside the inverting operational amplifier. But we use KCL, Kirchhoff current law, at this node. Incoming current equal to algebraic sum of outgoing currents. If you use KCL, Kirchhoff current law at this point, I1 equal to I3 plus suppose current in this branch, in this resistance is I2. I1 equal to I2 plus I3. KCL at V2, I1 equal to I2 plus I3. So this is equation number. But I3 is 0 because of the infinite impedance of the ideal operational amplifier. We know the characteristic or property of ideal operational amplifier. The input impedance is infinite. If input impedance is infinite, then operation amplifier will not draw any current. That's why I3 will be 0. But I3 is 0. In ideal situation, now put value of I3 in this equation. We get I1 equal to I2. But what about our I1? I1 equal to Pi upon R1. Therefore, I1 equal to I2 equal to Vi upon R1 because I1 equal to I2. Therefore, I1 equal to Vi upon R1 and it will be equal to I2. I1 equal to I2 equal to Vi upon R1. Suppose this is equation number 4. Now, from figure, we can see that I2 R2 plus V out output voltage equal to I2 R2 plus V. This is clear from the figure. Or PO equal to V2 minus I2 R2. I2 R2. But what about V2? V2 is equal to 0. V2 is 0 from here. Equal to 0. Then PO equal to 0 minus I2 R. Or we can say VO equal to minus I2 R. But from equation number 4, from equation number 4, I2 equal to Pi upon R1. Therefore, PO equal to minus, put the value of I2 from here in this expression, Pi upon R1 into R. Or we can find out PO upon Vi. That will be closed loop gain of the operation amplifier, of inverting operational amplifier. Now, PO upon Vi, it will be equal to minus R2 upon R1. Minus R2 upon R1. And what is this? Output upon input, V upon Vi. This is closed loop, closed loop gain. KF. F means feedback. This is closed loop voltage gain. Therefore, KF equal to minus R2 upon R1. Suppose this is equation number 5. Now, if we draw the curve for input signal and output signal, then what will be the shape? Shape will be, suppose this is input, this is input signal. Then output will be out of phase. If we apply this input signal or inverting circuit, output will be like this, out of phase. There will be phase difference of 180 degree. Means this is the out. Pi, pi, this is pi t, this is out. Now let us discuss negative scalar. What is negative scalar? An operational amplifier can work as a negative scalar. Negative scalar means as a scalar signal. Now let us discuss mathematical part. Voltage gain of amplifier AB equal to V output upon V input, and this is equal to minus R2 upon R1 from here. Now let this ratio R2 upon R1. This is a constant K, a real constant. Real constant. Then AB, or you can write V upon Vi equal to minus K. Therefore, V upon Vi equal to minus K, or Vo equal to minus K times Vi. That is, input voltage has been multiplied by minus K factor to give the output voltage. Input voltage scale has been multiplied by a factor minus K to give the output voltage scale. In this way, this circuit can act as a scalar changer. And one more thing, just see, voltage gain equal to minus R2 upon R1. Means The voltage gain of this inverting amplifier is the ratio of two resistances R2 and R1. We can change this gain accordingly, and for a particular application, we can design a particular inverting operational amplifier with adjusting or with managing the values of these resistances R1 and R2. We can prepare, we can design a particular inverting amplifier for a particular application by managing these values R2 and R1. By adjusting R2 and R1, or by changing the values of R2 and R1, we can change the voltage gain of this was about inverting operational amplifier. Now let us discuss second type of operational amplifier, that is non-inverting operational amplifier. Now again, non-inverting operational amplifier, what will be in this amplifier? The input signal is applied at non-inverting terminal. Input signal will be applied at non-inverting terminal, and the inverting terminal is grounded. Clear? And the output of the non-inverting amplifier will be in phase with input. There will be no phase difference between output and input. Now let us draw the circuit of a non-inverting operational amplifier. The circuit of non-inverting operational amplifier is the circuit of non-inverting operational amplifier. Inverting terminal, non-inverting terminal, VI, V1, and here resistance R1, this is capacitor. Suppose current in this resistance is R1, oh, sorry, I1, and here this is V2, this resistance R2, this resistance is R2, and this is output. Suppose current in this resistance is I2. This is the potential difference VID, difference V1 minus V2. Suppose the current inside this operational amplifier is I3, and it will be equal to 0 because the input impedance is infinite in case of ideal condition. This is plus VCC and this is minus VE. This is the circuit diagram of non-inverting operational amplifier. Now it is obvious that in this amplifier, the input signal is applied at non-inverting terminal, is the input signal, and inverting terminal is grounded. The output of this operational amplifier will be in phase of input signal. This is the circuit diagram of closed loop non-inverting amplifier. Now, what will be the closed loop gain of this amplifier? Closed loop gain AF equal to minus VO upon VI, output upon input. Simply VO upon VI, output upon input. This is the closed loop gain of this operational amplifier. Now suppose the ideal condition of operational amplifier, that is this operational amplifier is ideal and is producing some finite output. Therefore, the open loop gain will be nearly infinite. Therefore, we can write this gain equal to Q upon VID, and we know VID equal to V1 minus V2. Just put V1 minus V2 in place of VID, or V1 minus V2 equal to VO upon A equal to VO upon. Since A is infinite in ideal condition of the non-inverting operational amplifier, it will be equal to 0, or we can say V1 equal to V2. This is equation number 1 in non-inverting operational amplifier. Now, but here V1 equal to Vi. Obviously, V1 equal to Vi. Then V1 equal to Vi. Therefore, V2 equal to Vi. V1 equal to Vi, V2 equal to Vi. This is equation number suppose 2. Now using Ohm's law here, we get 0 equal to, using Ohm's law, I1 R1 plus V2. This is grounded. 0 equal to I1 R1 plus V2. Here we have used Ohm's law, or you can write minus I1 R1 equal to V2. Now, what will be the value of I1? I1 will be equal to minus V2 upon R1, and minus V2 is equal to Vi upon R. Now, let I3 is the current inside the operational amplifier. Now, using Kirchhoff's current law at this node, we get I1 equal to I2 plus I3. At this node, I1 equal to I2 plus I3. Incoming current is I1 at this node, and outgoing currents are I2 and I1 equal to I2 plus I3. Here at this node, at this point, we have used KCL, Kirchhoff's current law. Suppose this is equation number 3. I have told earlier I3 equal to 0, because the input impedance of operational amplifier in ideal situation is infinite. If the input impedance is infinite, then it will not take any current inside it. Therefore, I3 will be 0. Now, from equation 3, I1 equal to I2. Both currents will be same. I1 equal to I2. Or I2 equal to minus Vi upon R1. From here, I1 equal to minus Vi upon R1. Therefore, I2 equal to minus Vi upon R1. From figure, it is clear that V2 equal to I2 R2 plus VO. From this figure, V2 equal to I2 R2 plus VO equal to I2 R2 potential drop on this resistance plus this. This is in terms of potential drop. This is equation number 4. This is equation number 4. Now putting for V2 and I2 in equation 4, we get Vi equal to Vi. V2 equal to Vi. We have put Vi in place of V2 here. Equal to minus, and I2 equal to minus Vi upon R1. Minus Vi upon R1 into R2, and V2 plus V2, or V2 and V2 equal to VO. This is VO. This is VO. And VO equal to Vi plus Vi R1 Vi upon R1 into R2. This is, or we can write Q equal to, take common Vi from this. So V will be 1 plus R2 upon R1, or VO upon Vi equal to 1 plus R2 upon R1. Now let us discuss gain. VO upon Vi equal to 1 plus R2 upon R1. Now what is this? VO upon Vi, this is AF. Gain. We can say AF equal to 1 plus R2 upon R1. So this is the gain. In inverting amplifier, this gain was just minus R2 upon R1. Minus sign, in that case, minus sign indicates a phase difference of 180 degree. Here AF equal to 1 plus R2 upon R1. It is the gain. Now let us discuss positive scalar. In inverting amplifier, there was negative scalar. Inverting amplifier can be used as a negative scalar. Now non-inverting amplifier can be used as a positive scalar. AV equal to output upon input U upon Vi and equal to 1 plus R2 upon R1. Now suppose this R2 upon R1 is a constant, real constant. 1 plus R2 upon R1 is a constant K. Then U upon Vi equal to K. Then VO upon Vi equal to K, or VO equal to K times Vi. So it is obvious that sign is plus, and input scalar input voltage is multiplied by a constant K to give the value of output voltage. Now we can draw the curve of output and input. If input is, this is the input I to pi, this is the input. If this input is applied on at a non-inverting terminal, non-inverting circuit, then output will be in phase I to pi. This is output. Means in non-inverting amplifier, there will be no phase difference between output and input. Output will be in phase with. This was about a non-inverting amplifier. So today we have discussed inverting amplifier and non-inverting amplifier. In next lecture, we will discuss the applications of operational amplifier. Now we will meet you in next lecture. Till then, okay, have a